and Woody likes the crooked cock.
I can't speak for chimps specifically, but my girlfriend she's currently in her final year of vet school. And over the summer, she worked at a primate research facility. So she was like handling the monkeys the whole time. They're like the rhesus monkeys and that stuff. So they're not as big as chimps, but they have like very similar attitudes. And the two ways that you like put them in line, because you'd walk in the morning, they'd be screaming, shouting, like grabbing, throwing stuff around or whatever. You either brought them a treat. If anyone had a treat, they would just like attention hunt everyone in line, just do whatever you say. Or if you screamed at them, it's either incredibly positive reinforcement or negative reinforcement. Because if like they were fighting or whatever, and you just screamed like "get in the cage," they would just stop screaming, and be like, "All right, I lost this round. I'll go get in the cage."
You just got to alpha male them, basically, huh?
That's interesting. You gotta go carrot and
stick. I didn't know they would be that sensitive to being scolded.
The fact that
keep in mind they are smaller than like chimps. I don't know if it applies to larger monkeys, but
Well, in the person scolding them is the one in charge of like doling out the food and water, and so they kind of have to be like, "All right, this is the real deal."
Let's be real. He's also the one who wears that white coat, who takes him down the hallway where the screams come from. Like, right?
That too. That also happens.
Keep in mind, he's not talking about a place where they like play with monkeys all day.
He's talking about like a makeup company.
Which one of these needles you think hurts more? Only one way to find out.
Give them both.
Yep, exactly.
I saw a video. Maybe you guys know where I saw it from. I don't know, but it was like demonstrating intelligence to an animal in a way. It was a bull, and the farmer was like, "Oh, this bull won't fuck with me. He thinks I'm the strongest creature alive because he sits there all day trying to lift that gate, and there's a bolt.
Yeah,
and he tries to lift it all day, and he can't. And then I walk over, I unhinge it, and then I open it easily, and he looks at me like I'm a fucking god. Like he looks at me, not his exact words, but he's like, the bull looks at me like I am the strongest creature alive. He won't mess with me." And that's just so funny. It's like, you stupid fucking animal. It's a little latch, you idiot.
Could kill me in 2 seconds.
It's time to be some metal.
I've seen kind of the opposite side of that. We had one go crazy one time, like it had gone feral, and it was just trying to tear through this fence. And my dad's on the other side of the fence, and so is the highway. If it gets in the highway, you're liable if that thing like runs in front of a car and kills a family. So you can't let it get there. And Dad's got a gun, and he's trying to negotiate with this wild animal. He's like, no, you can't.
I don't want to shoot you.
Yeah. Go back. He's like hitting it with the butt of the shotgun. Like, no, don't make me. No. He's got to fucking shoot it. He shoots it in the neck, and it falls into the ditch, like through the fence it was trying to get through, and like neck under body, and it's like, fuck. Like expensive.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's a loss.
He drives back to our house, which is very close. It's within sight of this, and he's mad about this. He's arranging like someone to process the cow so that it's not just thrown in a hole. We're gonna get it like processed. So we have all the meat in the freezer, and he's like, yeah, she's, I don't know, 900, 1100, 1200, something like that, 1,000 pounds, and right now she's dead. I'm looking at. Let me call you back. She had gotten up.
No way.
Whoa.
She had only been knocked unconscious by the first shot.
That's not a shot.
She had made it across the first road, and she's running across another field. And now it's not just a road.
Now she's running for her life.
It's a major highway she's headed for now. She's not making it across.
Oh, good.
So now he's chasing her in a truck that sells a trailer through a field, and it's just ba 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 ba. And he passes her, gets all the way in front of her, and now he's got a deer rifle. He like pulls out the driver's side window and shoots her in the like chest as she's running at him. She's not trying to like, oh, there's a loud trailer and truck. She's like, she wants him. She's coming. Like
charging his ass, huh?
Yeah, they can get crazy. Man. Yeah, unfortunately. But
we ate her stronger than they realized.
How did she?
Taste
did that
delicious.
Stop her? The shots to the chest.
delicious. I can remember eating that cube steak and gravy like a year and a half later and being like,
victory.
She was crazy but tender. It was good stuff. I really do remember that. We ate that cow for like 2 years after that. We had beef.
That's all. I haven't gone hunting in years. Like I think it's been 6 years since the last time I hunted, and it was deer hunting, which is the most boring kind of hunting on earth.
Hey, we always talk about doing a trip. We could go on a hunting trip next year. You should get better with your bow.
I would need to.
So-
I need to buy a compound bow and really start practicing.
Well, you
because, like,
only have a year.
I'm still getting
yeah.
better with the recurve bow. I don't know if I'm
I
ready to
did-
step over to the. I mean, compound is easier than recurve, obviously.
You could
but
learn
it's
2
very
hobbies
different.
in a year. You
I
got
did
this.
manage to get a deer with my friends this year. So this
I'm
year
gonna
I
book
do
the
have
trip.
my
Nice.
little hunter's license. So
What did you killed it?
Mhm. Well, I
Man,
spotted
we all
for
kill
my
animals
buddy
out here
on the
ourselves.
rifle.
You shot it with a rifle?
I was the spotter for my buddy who was mounted on the gun and took the shot.
Okay.
So I
Is
got
that
to
normal
share
in
in the
hunting?
spoils. No, not well. It's not if you do it at a reasonable range. We were setting up a challenge for ourselves. We have a friend who has a lot of property, and it was across 2 hillsides. So we how do I say this on the internet? Conveniently came across one that was located on the other hillside, and then so we did the whole dope measurements and everything like that to try to nail the shot, and we got it in one shot. So I was very
How far?
very
That's
happy
cool.
with that. So I swear I do not tell tales outside of school. This is 100% honest. I do long range shooting, 753 yards.
Yeah.
Whoa,
Damn.
it's
Good
like
wow.
a battlefield sniper headshot.
6.5 Creedmoor out of a Ruger precision rifle. So
That's cool.
So you killed it, and then you like have 2 miles to walk.
No,
well,
it's not,
we,
it's not
well it's not that far, and we
Yeah.
also like
There,
I
man.
was on the shooter side of
kilometers.
it, so I did my work. Someone else went and carried that thing for me.
Okay, then that's a good deal.
I just set
Yeah,
up there as
easy.
my little spotting scope. I'm like, yeah, I'm like 2 mils, whatever. And then it's like, all right, I'm done. I'm ready for
I-
dinner. Where's the steak
One,
at?
one of the most fun times I had hunting, it was the first time I went dove hunting. I was like 8 or 9.
Dove hunting?
Dove hunting, yeah. And it was like it wasn't like normal dove hunting, like you just go out. It was like the field like event thing where you like go to a field and they stock it. And like I'm 8, 9 years old, so I've like shot clays with a shotgun for a while, but that's about the extent of it. And like you couldn't miss. Like the dog would run up and scare a bush, and it would just be like the arrows in 300 levels of doves. Where like I genuinely wasn't aiming. I was just swinging the little 20 gauge I had up there, just pow pow. You know, it was an over under, and then every
Shooting
so
holes
often
in
one
the
or two
cloud.
would fall. It was great. It was so much fun, and I didn't get that it was like a stocked area because I was a child. But I remember like at the time being like, yeah. I'm an excellent hunter. I'm an excellent hunter, just
Bro, that's
firing
how
into
hard-
a cloud
that's how-
of birds.
Dude, that's how Harley was ambushing a flock of pheasants at 12 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly.
but I wasn't ambushing the symbol of peace, the worldwide.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
fair.
Well, you
True.
think that like you have like the idea of doves in your head before you go, especially as a kid, and it's like those white, pure, beautiful
Yeah.
doves. Then you see a real dove, and it's like, oh, this like, oh, so the dove on
This
like
dove
Dove
ain't
Dope
white. Kill it.
is just marketing. Oh, they're all dirty gray like pigeons.
Ugh.
They are. Yeah, they
Yeah, I
all
know
look
that.
dirty.
The white ones are just bred for selling in TV.
Yeah, for soap.
Yes,
They
yes.
taste tremendous.
For
though.
soap.
For soap.
I
Bread
would
for
I
soap,
would
yes.
like to try dove
It's
at
good.
your
That's
house,
good.
And-
prepared
yeah.
by you.
Well,
Killed
you
by
can. It takes 2 seconds to clean it because it's such a tiny little animal. You just grab you take your finger on both sides and just pop it like you're breaking its spine, and you just force the breast meat out. Then you just rip it. It is the easiest animal to clean ever, and you look kind of cool while you're doing it because you're just like Kali Ma,
Easy.
like
Yeah.
ripping.
Yeah.
So, like-
I did that with turtles.
They're
And that
so
was fucked up.
fragile. They're so
my
fragile that like if you tried to like tear a dog's leg off, it just wouldn't work. Like,
Yeah.
for one thing, he'd
Right.
bite you at some point. But like
Yeah.
if you like reach into a dove's chest and just pull its entire breast meat out, it'll just come right out. Like you can do
Mhm.
that
You
with your bare
serious?
hands. You can
Yeah.
yeah.
And
They're
the dove
so-
doesn't even
they're
care.
just
It's just
squishy?
like, ah.
Oh, it hates it. It hates it.
Well, I deal with
bet,
it,
really.
And they never fly again. But
Wait,
it
The dove hates it.
Yeah, they
I mean,
hate it
yeah,
when you
bro.
do that.
And
Yeah,
it never
I would
flies
imagine
again.
so.
Yeah.
Have
Yeah.
you ever
Yeah,
heard
oh,
a dove scream?
But then the
guys
breast
have.
meat grows back, and the next year you pluck it again.
Oh,
no.
I get it.
No, you shoot them, and then then you like pull the meat off. But what you have is you have this little like breast, like cutlet thing, like it looks like a chicken, but obviously incredibly tiny. And you put cream cheese in the middle and wrap it in bacon with a toothpick and grill those things. Are really, really fucking good. Quail is good like
Sounds
that. too.
amazing.
You need a lot of them though. Like if you're gonna eat a meal of dove,
It's like hot wings.
you need like 11, 12 doves.
It's just like hot wings. Yeah, you need 10 or 15 or something if you're
Mhm.
hungry. Like we would sit there and like eat a dozen of them and like drink beer, and they're just so fucking good.
I bet they're not. I bet they're pretty good for you, like macro wise. It's really lean.
It's really
Right.
lean. There's like no fat in there. It's one of those things that like you probably couldn't even survive on if that was your
Yeah,
Your
I was
main
reading
source of
something
meat?
about that. It's called like
Rabbit.
rabbit starvation,
Rabbit
where
starvation.
you could have like if you're in the wild, like you're Les Stroud or whatever. Even if you had unlimited rabbit meat, you could still starve to death because there's not enough fat in there to sustain you, and your body can't survive on protein forever.
So I actually
Wow.
just did I say just did. It was like last month. I did a video on Chris McCandles. He tried to be
Oh,
a survivalist in
yeah.
Alaska. One of the
Fucking
lead theories is he
dumbass.
died of rabbit starvation. Yeah, that guy. One of the lead theories is he died of rabbit starvation. So
So
Well,
what
that's
else
so
did
annoying.
you?
You go hunting all these rabbits, cook all these rabbits, eat all these rabbits, and still die.
Yeah,
I would just be like,
Yes,
oh, just
yeah.
kill me. Let's just skip to death.
Well, I mean, I've heard
Running
people say
around.
that. I've heard people say that about a lot of food. I was unaware that there was a term for that, but like whenever I was eating ramen when I was in prison and shit, people would say like, that's technically not food, right? Like you couldn't eat just that and live. It just makes you not hungry. Like, is that what?
No,
Is that a
it's
similar
good you
thing?
had some guys looking out for your nutrition.
I know.
Yeah, I know, right? I was like, I used to
Yeah.
do drugs that'd kill me immediately. Shut up, get off my back.
I did.
But is that the same thing? I mean, like, there's just
I'm
certain
sure it
foods where
is. Like, you
hypothetically you
couldn't-
can't eat just that.
I ended on that note. I love the
That was
wordplay.
the best
Very
shit
nice.
I've ever heard.